That's you? Parsons? Who we got here?
Chairman, I wanted to ask you about on page 43.
Give me, if you don't mind, do a section number. My document's just a little bit different than yours.
Yes, sir. Section 24, Department of Education. We have apparently we've added 3% pay raises for specific 3% pay raise for some support personnel, school bus drivers, lunchroom workers, nurses. But if I'm reading it correctly and understanding correctly, in 2417.2, we're just saying for teachers to increase within that amount of money to increase teacher salaries. So I'm wondering why we didn't just add those support personnel to that line, or specifically say there'd be a 3% pay raise for teachers.
Within that 300?
Yes, sir.
Well, again, it goes back to there's kind of two different transactions. The teachers, it's a state contract. The personnel that you mentioned are county employees. And in the past, what has happened is as we've increased teacher salaries, we've also increased those salaries as well. That was not anticipated in that $300 million add. So we realized that that's something that needed to be captured and that we need to do.
I mean, if you further the only thing I'm concerned, I have no problem with those support people, although they're not in the classroom. I have no problem with them getting a 3% pay raise, but I do have, and I know the intent is that these school districts will give the teachers a 3% pay raise, but we haven't specified that. So those support personnel who are not in the classroom will get it, but the teachers are not guaranteed it. So that's
again, that's one of those things that's kind of left, as always, to the local school system. They tell us they want local control, and that's what we're doing. There's still systems that have furlough days. There's still systems that are not going 180-day calendar. And so we realize that if we say specifically that's what's to be done for those school teachers, that they may do it, but there's still a system somewhere with a 165-day calendar because they're still having to do furlough days. So you've got to kind of give them that flexibility, that judgment call on the local level for that.
Yes, sir, and I appreciate that. And I'll shut up, except that I would say I still think that's an issue that we're guaranteeing support personnel who are not in the classroom, have nothing to do with the learning process. We're guaranteeing them a 3% pay raise. But the teachers, who are the ones on the front line who do the teaching, where the learning takes place, are not guaranteed 3%.
Well,